chance. Again, bounces it outside and has some room. In there for the touchdown. Coming home here in lane 5, well out in front of the field. And Malachek touches in a time of 52.92, a new high school national record. Back to back to back to back state champions. NET Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2021 NSAA Boys Basketball Championships. We kick off our afternoon session with the Class B title on the line between the Orangemen of Beatrice and the 5th seed Elkhorn Antlers. And hello again, everyone. I'm Larry Putney, along with former high school standout Nebraska Cornhusker Andy Markowski. Great to have you with us. Andy Kendi will be joining us momentarily. We've had a great 2 championships already today. Let's take a look at what's happened and transpired so far. 2 titles have already been handed out, 4 more yet to come this afternoon. Early this morning, we handed out the first state championship in Class D1. Howells Dodge losing it in overtime to Humphrey Lindsay Holy Family, and it was Auburn over Adams Central. And here is session 2 upcoming, Class B and D2. So let's get to the Class B game. That's what is at hand. Beatrice taking on the Elkhorn Antlers. Let's start with the Orangemen.
Yeah, Beatrice is no stranger. 41 state tournament appearances, but not since 2015. So they're going to be led by Devin Smith, 6'2", guard, averaging 11 points a game. But he has some help. Got Caden Glenn, senior, got 13 in the semis. And then also Elliot Juergens, a junior, averaging 13 a game. So they're going to have to do a good job of navigating this Elkhorn 1-3-1 defense.
And speaking of Elkhorn, they dropped down to Class B this year, and they are just loaded with athletes.
Yeah, and it starts with Drew Christo. He's just a great high school athlete, obviously a Nebraska baseball recruit, was part of that state championship football team. Averages around 10 a game. They're very balanced, had 15 in the semifinal upset yesterday, but they also have Colton Ewing, a 6'6" forward. I've watched a lot of basketball, Larry, this week. No one has played with more energy or urgency than this Elkhorn team. They've been on a mission. Their 1-3-1 zone has been fantastic. If that defense is as good as it's been the last 2 days, they're going to be hard to beat.
Should be a good one. We've got a great one coming up in Class B. Beatrice and Elkhorn state championship on the line. Our third of the day from here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll be right back.
Have you heard about FAFSA?
It's like a form you fill out.
Fill it out and you get money for college.
Easiest way to get money for college, hands down.
FAFSA.
It's a life hack.
It's your way in.
So you want to help me pay for college? I'm down.
Heck yeah.
Definitely.
How is this not trending on all the things?
It took me like 30 minutes to fill out.
So easy.
How much am I gonna get?
This is a hidden gem.
Fill out your FAFSA.
FAFSA.
Drink water, buckle up, fill out your FAFSA.
Central Valley Ag, a cooperative serving customers and local farming communities in Nebraska, Kansas, and Iowa. Embracing the cooperative spirit to deliver value to our members. Proud to say, we are CVA.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. It is Championship Saturday. Class B, Elkhorn and Beatrice. And for the pregame introductions, let's send it across the court to Mr. Heath Kramer.
On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools, welcome to Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2021 NSAA Boys State Basketball Championships. The NSAA is proud to recognize its premier corporate partners, U.S. Bank, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and CHI Health St. Elizabeth. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise with the gentlemen removing your caps as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Singing today is Dylan Anderson from Wayne High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Championship Saturday. And today's Class B final features the number 6 seed with a record of 18-6, the Beatrice Orangemen. And the number 5 seed with a record of 19-7, the Elkhorn Antlers. Now for the introduction of players and coaches. We'll begin with the non-starters from Beatrice. Number 2, Simon Cool. Number 4, Dawson Loomis. Number 11, Jace Peathard. Number 12, Drew Gleason. Number 21, Bryant Juergens. Number 22, Shelton Crawford. Number 23, Luke Feist. Number 33, Crew Meintz. And number 34, Dominic Salazar. Here are the non-starters for Elkhorn. Number 1, Ben McElhose. Number 2, Dylan Bertucci. Number 3, Dawson Klein. Number 10, Caden Reynolds. Number 11, Axel Prince. Number 24, Ethan Youngtom. Number 30, Tyler Randazzo. Number 33, Ben Kubicek. And number 50, Trevor Bills. And now, the starting lineup for the Beatrice Orangemen. A 6'3" senior, number 3, Bennett Crandall. A 6' junior, number 5, Elliot Juergens. A 6'2" senior, number 10, Devin Smith. A 6'1" senior, number 20, Caden Glenn. And a 6'2" sophomore, number 24, Tucker Timmerman. Clark Ribble is the head coach for the Orangemen. He's assisted by Nick Simmons, Zach Decker, Andrew Veneman, Trey Bardsley, Jim Edwards, Larry Zarbanicki, Brandon Rickenberg, and Jordan Harlan. Now, the starters for the Elkhorn Antlers. A 6'2" senior, number 5, Jack Budicki. A 6'5" senior, number 14, Gannon Greigert. A 6'6" senior, number 20, Colton Ewing. A 6'5" senior, number 35, Drew Christo. And a 6'4" junior, number 41, Dane Peterson. Benji Haig is the head coach of the Antlers. His assistants are Travis Thompson, James Rosenbaum, and Calvin Thompson. The officials for today's game are Silvo Johnson, Grant Jeffries, and Brady Lohman. And the bench official is Ryan Wolf. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's play championship basketball!
For the Class B state championship, the Antlers of Elkhorn, who have never won a state title. They've been here before. They were runners-up back in 2008. They are, of course, out of Elkhorn. Beatrice just south of Pinnacle Bank Arena. This is how these two schools got here to the state finals. Elkhorn with wins over Platteview and Norris, and Beatrice taking down Mount Michael and Waverly. That was a good one early on against Waverly for the Orangemen of Beatrice. Clark Ribble of Beatrice in his third season, 36 and 31, has really placed a big emphasis on the youth program in Beatrice, developing the younger players to get that program started once again. We just saw the former mentor of that program win his third state championship in the previous game. And of course, Jim Weeks. And here is that zone defense of the Antlers.
Yeah, more of a 2-3 look here. But they've got great length on the wing, 6'5", 6'6", good size, very active. It's been really difficult for teams to score against it so far in the tournament.
Lynn saves it back in, then tipped away. There's Christo with it. Into the first offensive possession here for the Antlers. Terrific athletes on this Antlers team, which drops down from Class A last year. They lost to Bellevue West at state last year. Jumper from the top is off the front. Good strong rebound by Dane Peterson, who goes back up, and he draws the foul.
Nice rebound by Peterson. Going strong up, good foul. Jurgens making sure they're not able to complete the three-point play. You can see Beatrice is starting in man, but they really played soft, trying to make Elkhorn make jump shots, just because of the length that Elkhorn has, the ability to post different positions. It'd be important for Beatrice to be able to defensive rebound. Have a lane violation. Beatrice stepped in early.
So Peterson will get one more. Second one off the back of the rim. Rebound to Tucker Timmerman, just a sophomore for the Orange.
Anticipate this being a low-scoring game. Probably not as low-scoring as the C1 game was at 12-6 halftime score, but baskets will be hard to find in this game as well.
Push called on Jack Budicke. First on Budicke, first on Elkhorn. This Beatrice team averages 55 a game offensively as the long rebound comes out, handled by Ewing. Elkhorn also low scoring offensively, but also doesn't allow a lot. They only average 51 per game on offense, allow 42 defensively.
Yeah, part of their offensive average is low because of the tempo that they choose to play with. They're going to slow it down. Teams have to take multiple.
Colton Ewing with the steal, and the other end. And the offensive foul called on Ewing.
Nice play by Bennett Crandall there. Getting back, beating the offensive player to the spot. There's the Ewing getting out. Really nice job anticipating the spot to get to. And that's a big foul. Anytime you can draw a foul against Elkhorn's #1 scorer, number 20 Colton Ewing, get 13 a game is a positive play. Now you see the Elkhorn changing from that 2-3 to more of the 1-3-1 look. Norris really struggled in the first half. In the semis, I think they're single digits for points. Class B is in the same situation as C1. They didn't have a prep game, typical Friday semi to Saturday final. The afternoon game gives you a little time this morning to walk through some stuff, discuss what you're going to see. Both teams have played each other. Elkhorn was able to win that in a low-scoring close game, 40-39, so teams should be fairly familiar with each other.
Peterson with it, now back to Budicki. Here is Christo, down low now. Peterson steps on the inline, and the turnover on the Antlers. Talking about Elkhorn, they've kind of been up and down in classes over the last few years. They were here in 2008. They were a Class B team last year, down here as a Class A team, but then with the opening of Elkhorn North and the splitting of students, Elkhorn back down here in Class B and finds themselves in the championship.
Yeah, certainly advantageous for them. They lost a lot of their freshmen, enrollment to Elkhorn North, so you kind of keep your upperclassmen that had played an A schedule, leading up to that point. So you'll give them credit. They've taken advantage of it, gotten to, state finals, won a football title, and in the Class B state basketball.
That's a terrific dish from Caden Glenn, who found Bennett Crandall. A little bit of no look for Glenn. Glenn for 6'1" and as big as he is wide-bodied, very mobile, great feet. Shot is off, and a push is going to be called on the Antlers.
Yeah, I think Glenn's maturity and winning really helped them in the semis against Waverly. Won a state title as I think a sophomore at Johnson Brock before transferring.
Got a timeout. The no look leads to the bucket, and the lead for the Orange.
Constellation is a natural gas supplier helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given more than $290,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
At Heartland Lutheran, you will achieve.
Achieve.
You will collaborate.
You will serve.
You will be engaged.
Be welcomed.
Explore.
Be creative. Go beyond.
You will lead.
You will lead.
You will learn.
You will belong.
You'll be home.
You will be home.
We are Heartland Lutheran.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm Andy Kendi. We are midway through the first quarter of the Class B state championship game. Beatrice up on Elkhorn 2-1. It's not a typical state tournament. It has not been a typical year. We're coming off a state tournament in which they had very limited attendance, only allowing family last year to attend games. This year, Pinnacle Bank Arena is allowing up to 6,100 fans as their capacity limit. There's shrink wrap on seats. There's shrink wraps on certain rows that people can't sit in, and no bands for schools this year. But both the coaches on both teams said they are just so thankful to have this opportunity to play for a state championship because they know other states around the country are not doing the same, guys.
Yeah, thanks very much, Andy. We haven't talked about it yet today, Andy Markowski, but the sacrifices that these athletes have had to make to be able to get here to the state finals, if you see the three-pointer by Devin Smith, has been significant. You certainly experienced that in getting your Pius 10th girls to the state championship.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, kids have had to, not go out, be, social. Schools have done just an awesome job. I mean, going back to November when Lancaster County told schools you really couldn't figure it out. They figured it out. I mean, and give everybody credit. I think everybody came together, developed a good plan. And really, this is the pinnacle of seeing fans able to watch. It's kind of felt normal the last 2 weeks, as normal as this could feel. But what a great way to recognize all the student athletes' hard work in the schools, to have fans able to celebrate with them and crown state champions. It's been really fun to watch over the last 2 weeks.
5-1 lead here early for Beatrice. Here is Caden Glenn with it. Glenn, as you mentioned, won a state basketball championship with Johnson Brock, the D2 title 2 years ago. And there he comes up with the steal. Good hands for the Morningside football recruit. And another offensive foul, this time on the Orange, and that's going to be against Elliot Juergens.
Yeah, nice, consistent officiating. Both were charges. There you see a nice, good hands by Glenn. And there's Christo, beating Juergens to the spot. That's slow motion. I mean, that's a little easier for us to judge that, but I thought he was straight up. But the other thing, give the NSAA credit. They worked with not only Lancaster County but the counties around the state to really implement great policies. Spectators followed those policies. I think it was a collective effort to make this happen.
Colton Ewing averages 13 a game. That's his first three-pointer. First bucket of the game. Makes it a 1-point Beatrice lead. The three-pointer, that's Devin Smith, the senior all-conference performer. One of the court leaders, according to Clark Ribble, is Devin Smith.
After a great start here, 2 out of 3 from the three-point line.
Double dribble and another turnover on the Antlers.
There you see Ewing, catching in rhythm against the man-to-man, and then you see Colton Smith kind of or Devin Smith in that 2-guard front. That's an area that you can get shots against a 1-3-1 zone. Good start for Beatrice, seeing 2 go in for him. There you see a traditional even guard front against a 1-3-1. Now they're going to have to start cheating to Smith, which should create an opportunity to maybe throw over the top or get a teammate a shot in the high post area.
And a jump ball as he's tied up, goes into traffic. Tied up by Kyler Randazzo. Into the game is Bryant Juergens for the Orangemen. And Bennett Crandall will take a seat. Here's a look at Benji Haig, the head coach of Elkhorn. First time the Antlers have been in this title game since 2008. And before that, you have to go all the way back to 1971 before they made an appearance in the finals. So since 71, which is 50 years ago, Elkhorn has made 2 trips to state title games.
Yeah, certainly not the success that Beatrice has experienced over the years. And you alluded to Coach Weeks now being at Auburn, but a lot of years of success, Beatrice boys basketball.
At the buzzer. There is Caden Glenn. Jumper from the baseline, and Beatrice with a 6-point lead through 8 minutes of play. The rebound, put back. Good at the buzzer. 10-4 Beatrice.
Sometimes you just have to be a little stronger, go a little farther, be a little tougher. This past year was a test to see if we could step up and weather the storm together. We are committed to push a little harder, go a little farther, lean into the challenge, and be tougher together. Aurora and you.
Electricity. It makes life easier, more productive, brighter, possible. Yet we only think about it when we don't have it. The next time you're doing, well, anything, think about how electricity makes it all possible. And know we will be there, powering your every day, every day.
(10-4) through 8 minutes of play in this Class B state championship between Beatrice and Elkhorn. And if you love watching NET Sports, we'd love to have you as a member of our NET Sports Partners Club. We bring you more than 200 hours of sports programming each year, and you can join the NET Sports Partners Club. Just $10 a month. We'll send you this NET Sports Partners Club fleece jacket. Call 800-634-6788.
Yeah, what a great first quarter from Beatrice. I felt Elkhorn had played with a ton of urgency coming into the finals, and Beatrice forced 4 turnovers, shooting 50% from the floor. Kind of a big buzzer beating basket by Glenn.
Baseline by Devin Smith, who knocks it down.
Glenn had 10 in the semis. He's already have 8 of the 12 Beatrice points.
Three is off. Long rebound, and Peterson is called for the foul.
This is Peterson's first. Let's see how explosive an athlete he is. He had a dunk yesterday in the semis. That was one of the better dunks I've seen at the state.
Caden Glenn splits the defense. Good bounce pass and one extra pass underneath, and leads to the foul on Tucker Timmerman. Timmerman, just a sophomore. He'll go to the line.
And you see Beatrice was able to get it into the high post against a 1-3-1. Really effective spot for the basketball. Crandall was then able to get it to Timmerman. Elkhorn doesn't seem to have the same intensity with their 1-3-1. Give Beatrice credit. I think their guard play has been able to kind of spread it. Smith hit a couple threes. Which, you know, starts to make you cheat towards one shooter's side a little bit, opens some things up around the floor.
Big early advantage here for the Orangemen. Up by 9, 13-4. Budicki with it up top. Three on the way, got it, three-pointer. Greger. Gannon Greger averages 6.5 a game. Smith's shot is long, and the rebound to Peterson. That goes off the fingertips of Elliot Juergens.
Beatrice is working really hard to try to take the block away from Elkhorn, which has opened some of those perimeter jump shots up. You can see how soft Beatrice is playing their man-to-man. Really doing a good job of helping from the backside.
Another three-pointer and another one by Gannon Greger. Back-to-back threes for Greger. Pulls them back to within 3 and a timeout on the floor. Let's jump back and take a look at last year's Class B state championship.
The undefeated and top-ranked Skutt Catholic Skyhawks face the 6th-ranked Roncalli Pride for the 2020 Class B Boys Basketball State Championship. The Skyhawks got a strong performance from both the front and back court, with center Luke Scar going a perfect 9 for 9 shooting and recording 21 points. Skutt Catholic rolled comfortably to win 59-31 and become the first school to go undefeated in football and boys basketball in the same year.
Yeah, they finished the year 26-0, winning that championship over Roncalli, which lost it for the 2nd year in a row. Roncalli was in the title game back-to-back years and finished runner-up in back-to-back years as well. Here's a look at the last 2 threes by Gannon Gregert from right about the same spot on the floor.
Yeah, you can see Beatrice is really doing a good job of helping from the backside to take the block away. Elkhorn was able to skip it over the top and get Gregert those 2 threes. But, you know, you mentioned Skutt, you know, they were at the state tournament, the 1 seed. Class B had a ton of parity this year. Beatrice was the 6th seed in the tournament. Elkhorn was the 5th seed. So that kind of speaks to, you know, just the balance that Class B had this year. Give Beatrice and Elkhorn credit. They've navigated a pretty difficult Class B field.
Skutt was the number 2 seed, lost in the opening round to the number 7 seed Waverly in a tight game.
Yeah, Norris was the 1 seed. Yep. Yeah, both top seeds got upset.
Drive in by Glenn, and Glenn draws the foul. And that foul is going to be called on Budicke, which is his 2nd personal foul.
And there you see Glenn's just strength. He was able to kind of split the elbow 1-3-1 seam. Strong enough to get the basketball up. So Budicke with 2, but you know, Beatrice, their leading scorer, Elliot Juergens, has been playing with 2 as well, so something to monitor so far in the first half.
Gregor was looking for the open shot again. Instead, they get it to Budicke, and Jack Budicke knocks down a 3-pointer. Three threes here in this 2nd quarter for the Antlers. And the turnover on the Orangemen off the fingertips of Crandall.
There you see it, backside reversal again. You know, Elkhorn is running high-low, so that backside wing has to hang out, you know, trying to help into the post. Was a little late on recovery. I still think Coach Ribble's probably content to give that shot up versus letting Elkhorn throw the ball on the block.
Caden Reynolds now in the game for the Antlers, along with Kyler Randazzo. Here is Randazzo with it. Back an open look here for Ewing, and Ewing's shot is off, and the rebound handled by Caden Glenn. Good move down low, bucket by Crandall. Beatrice back with a 3-point lead. All of the field goals for Elkhorn have been 3-pointers. They are 4 of 9 from 3-point range and have only 1 other field goal that isn't a 3-point try. Randazzo kicks it back out. Oh, good feed down low. Missed it, puts it back up strong, and Peterson cleans up his own mess.
Good patience by Elkhorn there. You can see why their offensive average is, not 60 points. They were really patient, worked the basketball, took advantage of a high-low opportunity.
Randazzo with the steal. Lays it in, and he's got two. Good run here by the Antlers. They've taken the lead. Just under 2 minutes to go. Here's a look at the feed inside. And then Randazzo gets his hand in there. Slowed it down to the end to put it in. A 13-3 run for the Antlers. Here's a look at the Elkhorn tournament resume. 23rd appearance overall. 5th in the finals, but again, if you go all the way back to 1971, this is their 2nd appearance in 50 years. And if we look at the Orange, this is going to be their 41st total appearance. The last time was back in 2015. They are 7-time state champs. They've been the runner-up 4 times. Their last state championship game in 2008. That was a win in the finals over, guess who? Elkhorn, 39-36.
Elkhorn stayed in this 1-3-1 most of the second quarter. Ewing at the point of that is 6'6". For those of you at home, just so you know how long they are across that front line and top.
That is going to be the 2nd foul called on Crandall.
Yeah, just bad luck. Crandall kind of mishandles the bounce pass and then just pursued it into a foul. Unfortunate for him, that was his 2nd. Only Beatrice's. Was that his 1st? It's only showing 3 team fouls. Just trying to do my math.
Feed down low, and Peterson with another basket. So is it?
Yeah, Jurgens has 2, so that must just be Crandall's 1st. There you see how athletic Peterson is, just able to go up and get it. And that's where Elkhorn has the advantage. They've got to kind of guard their perimeter with some length. And then they go high-low with Christo and Peterson, which are both 6'5".
Three-pointer in and out. Rebound, kicked it back out to the open Devin Smith, who is off. And Ewing pulls down the board. Elkhorn started out 1 of 6 from the floor. Since that time, they are 6 of their last 8. 30 seconds to go here before half. Antlers will hold for 1. Dawson Klein in there with it now for Elkhorn. And here is Ewing, leading scorer for the Antlers. Back to Klein. Christo looks down low, finds Peterson. Peterson up strong. And the rebound pulled down by Beatrice. At the buzzer, no good, and that is where we'll head to halftime. 19-16, Elkhorn with a nice run at the end, a 6-0 run for the Antlers over the last 2:27, and it was a 3+ minute drought for Beatrice. Elkhorn trailed at one point 13-4. They were outscored 15-3 the rest of the way, and Elkhorn has a 3-point lead. So we are at halftime of the Class B championship between the Antlers and the Orange. And we're awaiting Clark Ribble, who is slowly making his way over the headsets and coaches now with Andy Kindy.
All right, Coach, great start. What did you like about your play in the first half?
I like the way we're playing defense outside the last 4 minutes. You know, we gave up some layups. If they're going to hit threes, then we're going to live with that. But we got to do a better job in the paint. We kind of fell apart there in the last 4 minutes.
What do you tell your kids here in the break?
That we're in it. We got a chance. We're down 3. We got to go play the second half. Just like we did the first quarter.
Well, you're in it. That's all you can ask for. Beatrice is trailing by 3. Thank you, Coach. In the Class B state championship game, we'll have halftime festivities after this.
Sports fans, seasons change with new teams, new players, and new excitement. Just minutes from state championship venues, Sarpy County has year-round family fun, shopping, restaurants, and more than 2,000 hotel rooms. Your visitor's guide from GoSarpy.com helps start new traditions when you, family, and friends visit Eastern Nebraska. GoSarpy.com. So near, so fun.
We're for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Coverage of the 2021 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, the Nebraska Public Power District, and Nebraska Kubota Dealers. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. Back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, 19-16, Elkhorn on top at the half. You know, it's been almost a year since COVID-19 drastically altered the lives of everyone. And we just want to take you back to that first week as sports across the country began to suspend. And the NSAA Boys Basketball Tournament was one of the very few events left in the entire U.S. It was fortunate that teams got a chance to finish.
Basketball in the state of Nebraska, it's pretty comparable to football. When it comes to our state championships time, it's pretty important to them. Those kids and those coaches and even the fans, they work hard at everything they do to make it good for their communities. And so we didn't want to walk away from that unless it was the last resort.
The uncertainty of what was going on and trying to run the championship but not having all the answers either, you know, just living basically minute by minute.
It seems like it all came up pretty quick. I remember sitting in the office. Nebraska baseball had just played a game that day, and then, you know, all of a sudden the NBA's canceling, the NHL's postponing. Then you hear about all these other state tournaments that are shutting down.
I'll go back to the girls' state basketball tournament. You know, we had a great weekend that weekend, and I was looking forward to the boys' weekend just because of the success of the girls' tournament. And you're starting to hear some rumblings, you know, on the news of things going on nationally.
We didn't know. They were talking about community spread and things like that I didn't know anything about.
My mind immediately went to, I just hope they let us have it.
And Nebraska has to make the tough decision. You know, the state government, the local health agency, the NSAA, they came together. They came up with some decisions to limit it to a few immediate family members. They decided that by limiting the number of people that would cut down on any potential spread, and then they could go on with the tournament.
I think some understood what we were getting ourselves into, but many, many, many to start with were angry. I took phone calls that they had been going to that state tournament for 30 to 40 years. That was part of what now their legacy is with their kids.
We went into immediate planning mode, like, okay, how is this going to look?
Welcome back inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. Normally this section is filled with students, with the band, even cheerleaders sprinkled throughout. Obviously this has been a march like we've never seen in the world of sports.
I know how important it is. I know how important it is to a community. I know how important it is to the athletes, to the coaches. They work so hard, and so it's very, very important that we held that. And then looking what happened with the spring season, where we didn't even get to make an option for them to play or not to play. Our governor basically said nothing's going to go on for the remainder of the year.
I don't even know that you can really express how fortunate we were to get the tournament in. When a lot of their friends who maybe play baseball or soccer or track or whatever, were not even going to get a chance to play a game of their senior year.
Nebraska as a whole cherishes high school activities, and those experiences for their kids and their communities. I mean, it's a sense of pride in those communities when they come to the boys' state basketball championships or the girls' state basketball championships.
High school is a very special time. It's what makes you the man or woman you are when you grow up. So, sports is a huge part of maturity. It's a huge part of life. I wouldn't be who I am today without sports, obviously. And I think they're just a super valuable, underrated part of our lives that we need to really not take for granted.
And feel fortunate to be back here again this year at Pinnacle Bank Arena, bringing you these state high school championships. We'll be back with second action from Pinnacle Bank Arena in just a moment.
We define the paths. You define the future. Wayne State College, where opportunities today prepare you to lead tomorrow. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
All this grass, all this mulch, all these projects to do. They all get done with the Kubota BX Series tractor. The Kubota BX Series. Kubota is a proud sponsor of Nebraska high school sports on NET. It's the crack of dawn, but it's never too early to get ready for hunting season. Acceleration, handling, and cargo room for work. The Kubota Sidekick. For more information and participating Nebraska Kubota dealers, KubotaNEsports.com.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
It may be small, but this little bean fuels power. It powers a food industry as a source of protein. It's a fuel that powers diesel engines while reducing emissions. It powers a state economy and bottom lines. And it powers the rest of the world as a Nebraska export. Yeah, it may be small, but we're finding more ways for this little bean to power Nebraska.
Halftime of the Class B state championship game. Elkhorn up on Beatrice by 3 here with Coach Haig. Coach, what did you like best about the first half? What did you guys do right during that 15-3 run?
Well, I liked our energy. We came out a little tight. Beatrice they play really good defense, especially initially. We got to get more side to side, move the ball around, get reversals. That's going to open some things up a little bit. But we did knock down some shots with confidence. This half we're going to have to really rebound hard. And, we're just going to have to keep trying to get the ball inside. They're pretty physical, but we're going to keep going at it.
How about the message being hammered home to this group that has never won a state championship in terms for the school standpoint, that you're 2 quarters away?
Well, it's 32 minutes, 1 possession at a time, so there's no celebrating in the locker room right now. It's a big 3rd quarter. We try and win every quarter, so it's 0-0 in our mind. I told him to run to the fight. It's going to be a good second half.
Coach, good luck in the second half. Thank you very much for your time. Larry, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Andy. Let's take a look at highlights then from first half action. We'll start with the Orange, and they got off to a quick start with Devin Smith.
Yeah, Devin Smith hit the 3 there, and then you saw the 3 kind of in that 1-3-1 gap. And that was really the difference in that first quarter. They had hit 2 threes, and they're only 2 of 7 from the 3-point line for the rest of the game. And there you see Devin Smith with the little pull-up jump shot against the zone.
Orange had the lead, and then what was it that allowed Elkhorn to get back into this?
Well, I think Coach Haig alluded to it. They were able to reverse the ball a couple times, and they got those 3s from the wing on reversal just because Beatrice is going to try to take that low post away. There you see it. They were late on help because of those 3s, and they were able to get it into Peterson for the high-low there. So really not a big gap in stats. I think the difference in the second half is going to be, can Beatrice make a few more 3s? And if Elkhorn makes 7, 8 3-pointers, I think the advantage goes to them. But both teams are not fouling each other. Limited free throws. Both teams are doing a good job rebounding. I thought the turnovers were early in the first quarter. Both teams really settled into that second quarter, didn't turn the ball over.
Jan and Anna Dvorak homesteaded in Nebraska's grassy wilderness. 48 years before Nebraska's first high school wrestling championships, 31 years before Nebraska's first high school basketball championships. Since the dawn of sport in Nebraska, our ranch and farm families have been there. Dvorak Brothers Ranch's Red Angus recognizes this year's athletes, as well as the ranch and farm families whose contributions help make high school sports in Nebraska possible. Dvorak Brothers Ranch's Red Angus, 140 years Nebraskan.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What do you think about going to college?
I'm kind of scared.
I feel nervous a little bit. That's kind of a tough one. I'm not really sure yet.
I'm excited for college.
How are you going to pay for it?
To be honest, I don't really know.
That's actually a really good question.
So what if you had a friend you could ask?
Along with Andy Markowski, I'm Larry Putney. Andy Kendi roaming the sidelines here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Elkhorn on top, 19-16 at the half of this Class B state championship. It was all Orangemen early on. They got off to the quick start, had the lead, and then Elkhorn walked into the halftime with a 3-point advantage thanks to their 3-point shooting. Again, they were 4 of 9 from range. And we're underway here in the second half. So we'll see if there were adjustments made or if it's just more being efficient in what you do. 3 on the way, that's a long 3 off the front. Elliot Juergens with the rebound.
Elkhorn's going to go back to their 1-3-1, which they used that most of the second quarter, started in a 2-3.
Caden Glenn.
See if Devin Smith can find an opening here.
Good pass, but no, they're going to say offensive foul before the shot. And that's going to be the 3rd. We'll check that.
Just a second on Crandall. Yeah, we
yep.
got confused, but
we had him for one earlier in the second half, or in the first half, that was given to someone else. So just 2 personal fouls on Bennett Crandall.
Ewing missed the kind of running staggered doubles away from the post because Beatrice is helping a lot backside. Ewing missed that 3. Good ball movement against his zone.
Open look here for Juergens, and the rebound to Greger.
Yeah, good possession by Beatrice. They got kind of a short corner touch, a high post touch, and then we're able to get a backside 3.
Christo dribbles in. Rebound put back up. First points for the future Husker baseball standout, Drew Christo.
And that was almost an intentional miss. I think he was off balance. He threw it up. It was the first one to go get it and put it back in. Good athletic play.
Well, Drew Christo will be happy to hear that his future team, the Nebraska baseball team, doing really well to start the season. They won again this morning. They're 5-1 on the year under Will Bolt. And Christo, one of those outstanding talents, baseball talents that have been developed here in the state in the last 4 or 5 years. And he's not the only one on the floor. Tucker Timmerman, who's just a sophomore for Beatrice, is also a Husker baseball recruit. Number 24 for Beatrice, their future teammates.
Yeah, it's nice to see athletes staying home.
Well, it's a great point too. You know, multiple sport athletes as well.
Yeah, there you see just kind of off balance, but they call that Bill Lambert, just throw it up and go get it. Build your stats.
Tipped away by Christo.
Elkhorn gets so many deflections too. You know, it's not a turnover. It's, you know, really a stat that coaches chart. But you know, your offense has to start over. They get their hands on so many basketballs just with their length. Hard to get rhythm when you're constantly having to take the ball out of bounds or reset.
Rebound by Gregor. Pushed down into the corner. Here's Ewing with it. Feed down low, and the foul, no shot. Foul before the shot, but a good feed from Christo to Dane Peterson.
Yeah, just Elkhorn creates so many matchup issues with their length and their size. And obviously the Peterson matchup, Beatrice just doesn't have the size and the length to guard all of that. So they're really trying to go at that matchup. Obviously Christo draws kind of the biggest Beatrice defender. They bring him to the high post to post the matchup they like on the low post. And if you don't help from the backside, then that's when they're skipping it over the top and getting these threes on the weak side. So they've created some issues for Beatrice's man-to-man.
Tipped away, tipped again, and it will stay with Elkhorn off the fingertip of Beatrice. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. 21-16 Beatrice.
If you or a loved one feels depressed or suicidal, don't be afraid to talk about your feelings. The Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services wants you to know that you are not alone and that Nebraska needs you.
Help, hope, and healing are available in the Heartland and are just a phone call or text away. Call 1-800-273-TALK or text HOME to 741-741.
Programming on NET Television is provided in part by the Dr. Tom and Dorothy Hallstrom Inspire Nebraska Athletics Endowment.
Coverage of the 2021 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Aurora Cooperative, Nebraska Corn Board, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Second half action here in Class B state championship. Elkhorn on top of Beatrice, 21-16, 5-point lead for the Antlers. The 5 seed versus the 6 seed for the title. The last time both of these teams faced each other was in a state championship here in Lincoln, was 2008. That was won by Beatrice. Elkhorn looking for its first ever state championship. And a turnover. Good hustle by Elliot Juergens. Foul on the floor before the shot.
A really intelligent play by Juergens, getting his hand on the basketball and hustling it down. Big stop, you know, certainly you want to stay attached to it for your Beatrice in a low-scoring game. 5 doesn't feel terrible, but in a game like this, it's, you know, any basket right now has been difficult for either team to get.
The drive by Caden Glenn, he picks up the foul. Foul is called on Drew Christo. That'll be Christo's first personal foul.
There you see that little elbow seam there right before the middle defender to the 1-through-1's able to help support that elbow. Glenn's, you know, has done that a couple times and drew fouls there.
Smith closely guarded, now the dribble in. Here's the open look for Caden Glenn, that's off. Randazzo pulls down the rebound. Caden Reynolds with it.
Moving screen, yep. Randazzo kind of went to a little handoff there, and then you still have to come to a complete stop to set a screen. Just the 3rd team foul for Elkhorn.
Beatrice still looking for its first field goal of this second half. They're 0 for their last 5. Kick is called there.
Yeah, another one of those plays. You know, it's a kick. Is it is that viewed as a positive play? But now Beatrice guards have to constantly pass fake, trying to figure out a way to move the basketball across the zone. You know, it's a simple play, but just effective to continue to keep Beatrice off balance, out of rhythm.
Crandall goes back up strong again, and he's fouled. That will put Bennett Crandall at the line.
Yeah, Crandall was able to get it into the high post there, misses, and got his rebound back. Good effort. Misses the first free throw. Beatrice is now 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Not a lot of fouls called. Elkhorn's only 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
First points for Beatrice since the 3:19 mark in quarter number 2, and they come from the free throw line. Or it comes from the free throw line.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to see Elkhorn early in the season, so I wonder if they found the 1-3-1 kind of late, or if they've just become more active in it. It's been really difficult to score against in the 3 games I've watched here in Lincoln.
Foul called on the Orangemen. And that'll be on Jace Petound.
That's, Peterson back in the game. Peterson only averages 5, but really has had a huge role in this game. I think they felt like that's a good matchup they've been willing to throw him the basketball. Hasn't scored a ton, only 5 points, but I think that's the 3rd or 4th foul he's been able to draw.
Step back, knocked it down.
And then having him that matchup help has opened up those 3-pointers.
Gregor now with 3 threes. He's 3 for 4 from range in the game. That lead now at 7. With the length there again, getting a hand on it, nearly forcing a turnover. Largest lead of the game for the Antlers, and another turnover. And that foul called on Caden Glenn, likely prevented an easy lay-in the other way.
Yeah, nice step back, good footwork. Good confidence more than anything. It's a big shot at this stage of the game, 1 minute left in the 3rd.
So Beatrice still looking for its first field goal of this second half. They have just 1 point, that coming on the free throw. In this quarter, Elkhorn is 2 of 5 from the floor, including 1 for 3 from 3-point range. Let's go over to Andy Kendi.
Larry, we've been talking about Drew Christo quite a bit this afternoon, and rightfully so. Drew's a 3-sport star. He helped the Antlers to a football state championship this past fall. Of course, now he's here in basketball, and he could very well lead the Antlers to a state championship in baseball. His dad is Monty, the former Nebraska quarterback, Monty Christo, and growing up, Drew told me it was the coolest thing ever to have a dad who was a 3-time national champ and was a former Husker quarterback, a true role model. And Drew thought growing up that football was going to be his sport at the next level. But he said the sophomore between his sophomore and junior year changed all that when his fastball started reaching the mid-90s and he started projecting more as a baseball player. But he loves playing basketball and he loves playing with his guys.
Well, his dad, one of the more memorable Cornhusker quarterbacks, as the lay-in off the steal. First field goal for Beatrice since the 3:19 mark of the second quarter. They were 0 for their last 6. 1 steal, now another one. The lay-in, and now they're going to call a foul. Foul will be called on Dane Peterson.
And Coach Ribble went to some man pressure. Credit Juergens, got the steal out of the timeout. And then there, that full court pressure turned into another steal.
And now the officials are going to get together because they thought it hit the backboard. Maybe it was on its way down when it was blocked.
Yeah, it wasn't on its way down. I don't think the ball got to the backboard. I think it was a good block based on that replay. We can maybe look at it again here. The ball needs to get to the backboard first. That's a good block. He kind of propelled it into the backboard. Good job by officials. Coach Ribble was pretty animated there. You want to make sure that you don't, listen to a coach that your eyes didn't lie. So the correct call on the court, that would have been a big play if this was, that would have been a 3-point play if the basket counted with goaltending.
So instead, Crandall knocks down the first free throw. Second one off the front, rebound to Ewing.
So Beatrice was playing pretty soft, trying to protect the block. They've now gone to more of a pressure.
Hard tumble there taken by Jace Pethound as he goes over the top of Colton Ewing and landed awkwardly on that shoulder. Here's one look.
A good shot fake by Peterson. Should never leave your feet until the offensive player leaves your feet. Hopefully he's all right. That's a hard fall. But there's kind of 2 ways to guard the block. You can play soft and try to help, or you can pressure and try to take passing lanes away. And Beatrice has increased their pressure here coming out of that late third quarter timeout.
20 seconds to go here in the third. Beatrice back in this. Budicki drops it to Randazzo. Gregor, shot is off. Put back up by Randazzo. And the shot at the buzzer is off. So a flurry there at the end of the third has Beatrice back into this after a strong last minute. Elkhorn leads it 24-20.
This is Emma. She cares about her kids and our environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with unleaded 88. Emma knows unleaded 88 reduces emissions from her vehicle. Nate knows unleaded 88 is approved for his engine and provides high-octane performance. They may think about fuel in different ways, but the fuel of choice for both Emma and Nate is unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
All this grass, all this mulch, all these projects to do. They all get done with the Kubota BX Series tractor. The Kubota BX Series. Kubota is a proud sponsor of Nebraska high school sports on NET. It's the crack of dawn, but it's never too early to get ready for hunting season. Acceleration, handling, and cargo room for work. The Kubota's Sidekick. For more information and participating Nebraska Kubota dealers, KubotaNEsports.com.
Minutes remain before we crown a champ here in Class B. The Antlers clinging to that 4-point lead. Beatrice made a bit of a run late. Elkhorn in that third, 5 turnovers and just 2 field goals, but that was good enough for a 9-point lead at one point before the Orange had a couple of turnovers, knocked down some shots to get right back in it. 4-point game here as we begin fourth quarter play.
Yeah, Beatrice kind of took the energy back with that little run, even though, you know, it was a 5-4 quarter. Kind of got the crowd into it. I think they're going to stay with their, you know, more of their pressure man-to-man. It'll be interesting to see if they can do that without fouling. You know, Elkhorn might get some free throw opportunities here. Game might come down to free throws.
Glenn kicked it out to Smith. And the foul is going to be called on Drew Christo. That is his 4th personal foul. So the 6'5" senior center in some foul trouble. And he'll go to the bench.
And that certainly affects Elkhorn's high-low game.
Big block there by Gregor.
Yeah, he's athletic, 6'5". But once again, 2 players leave their feet. Oh, it's a good piece of officiating. As long as you get balls, sometimes there's some contact afterwards, but that's a block shot.
Good dish down low. And the foul is drawn. That will put Juergens, check that, that will put Crandall at the line. The pass came from Juergens.
Elkhorn's not quite as big with Christo on the bench. Beatrice able to get the ball in the lane, plus we're able to rebound on that possession. Budicki is the primary ball handler for Elkhorn. You can see Juergens pressuring.
Randazzo.
Yeah, Elkhorn's going to be patient in their half-court high-low offense. There you see.
Foul down low is called on Timmerman.
It's that Peterson matchup again, just able to draw fouls down there. Just they're having a real difficult time Pretty physical matchup in the low post. Yeah, the regular season game was 39-40, so we didn't anticipate a lot of scoring. We knew it was going to be a low-scoring game.
Offensive foul called on Dane Peterson. Benji Haig didn't like it, thought there might have been a bit of a flop. Let's watch.
Yeah, that's good defense. Certainly there was a timing component to this, but you can't displace. He lowered his shoulder. I mean, it's smart defensive play. Coach Haig is going to go back to Christo with 4 here. Probably sensing they've lost a little bit of momentum.
Oh, had the open look. Timmerman cutting to the basket. Just didn't hold on. So back in is Christo with those 4 fouls. Beatrice down by 2.
Okay, both teams are going to be in the bonus. Elkhorn has 18 fouls. Beatrice 6.
Three-pointer off the front of the rim. In transition, here come the Orange. Handed off to Glenn, lay-in, Glenn, and the putback. And we're gonna have a foul.
Gonna be a charge on Glenn. It's hard to see, there's a lot of traffic in there. Budeke beats him to the spot. That's about as textbook as it gets. Everybody sees the charge circle there. That was even good in the college level.
Right.
You see Beatrice just pressure with women to go to third. Coach Ribble really changed his strategy, and it's bothered Elkhorn. They just have not been able to get the ball in the scoring area.
Christo from the free throw line. Good jumper for Drew Christo.
Yeah, big basket. Elkhorn had really struggled scoring. Good kick out by Anderson, filling the double team there. Beatrice needs to match. Devin Smith has really been quiet in this half. They've done a good job of getting to him, not giving him open shots. There's a great cut.
Smith to the basket. And a timeout. Timmerman ties it up, takes the timeout, saves the possession. 4-point Antler lead, 26-22.
You see kind of the low post to high post versus the high to low. Yeah. That's, what that is you don't see a lot of goaltending in high school where the ball's on its way down. Peterson's such a great athlete. That's almost atypical to see somebody go and get that. And, certainly that ball was either at its crest or slightly, coming back down. But Peterson, I don't know what his vertical is, but it's a little higher than yours and mine, probably combined, Larry.
If we added our verticals together, that would be a negative off of your verticals.
we might have to multiply, too, to get there.
That's right. Open look from Smith. Devin Smith. Big three-pointer, 1-point game.
Yeah, big shot. All-conference performer. Averaging 11 on the season. Huge three.
He's got 11 here this afternoon, 4 of 10 from the floor, 3 three-pointers. And that was a big one with under 4 minutes to go here in the fourth. Beatrice down 1. Here's to Christo, nice feed to Peterson. Has it blocked. Tipped around, Christo with the rebound. Nice cut, though. Good opportunity for Juergens. Wouldn't fall. And a foul is called on Elliot Juergens. Third foul on Juergens.
That's going to put Elkhorn in the 1-on-1. And that's been hard to officiate. Juergens has kind of been messing with that high ball screen up there. You know, Christo's got a right to run. But, you know, that's one play of about 9 in a row that Juergens has kind of been up there, you know, making it difficult. And, you know,
first free throw good.
You know, big call in this game. I mean, it goes against Christo. It's, you know, his 5th.
There's the line for Drew Christo. Now make it 6 points. And a 3-point advantage for the Antlers. Full timeout. Taken on the floor with a 28-25 Elkhorn lead, 3:02 to go here in the Class B championship game. Great crowd here on hand. Student section been into this. A good time for you to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can add a comment or catch up on the latest Nebraska sports information. Just be sure to like NET Sports and Big Red Wrap Up. You can join in the discussion on NET. Let's go to Andy.
Larry, one of Clark Ribble, who's the Beatrice head coach, one of his big basketball influences in his life is his uncle Larry Ribble, who of course coached at Millard, Pawnee City, Dorchester, among other stops in his career. Larry recently had eye surgery and is on the road to recovery. And when I talked to Clark yesterday, he said he really wants to say hey to his uncle Larry because he's taught him so much about the game of basketball. And he wanted me to pass along well wishes to him. And get well, Larry. Your nephew loves you and wishes you well for a quick recovery.
Yep, Larry, legend in basketball circles around the state. Wish you well as well. .302, 3-point lead for Elkhorn. Great environment here at the state tournament at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Caden Glenn with it now.
Elkhorn went 2-3 for a few possessions. I think probably to try to protect Drew Christo. Now they came back out in a 1-3-1. I thought Beatrice had a couple of their best possessions against the 2-3. Coach Haig went back to this 1-3-1, which really has given Beatrice issues in both the second and third quarter. But Devin Smith hit a big 3 a couple possessions ago. Look for them to work the ball back to him.
Then drives in, kicks it out to Smith. Rebound pulled down by the Antlers' Jack Budicki. Budicki has it tipped away. And that's going to put Beatrice in the bonus. 7th. Oh, check that, not 7th. 9th team foul on Elkhorn.
Smith makes a nice play. And that's just that, you know, lack of, you know, whether that was communicated or not, but maybe the players didn't hear each other talk just because it is such a new environment this season with finally having a crowd. Obviously, Budicki did not realize Smith was behind him.
Free throw good by Budicki.
That was Juergens.
Beatrice, Elliot Juergens.
Yeah, Budicki is the one who fouled.
Fouled, yeah. Now 2-point game.
Come back or no?
Yeah, all 3 of our games today have been one possession.
Yeah.
The last couple minutes to play. This game's no different.
Caden Glenn went for the steal, committed the foul. That is going to be the third personal foul on Glenn, and we'll put Gregert at the line.
Yeah, Gregert has not been to the line today. Has seen the ball go in, though. 3 of 4 from the three-point line.
Gregert in double figures. 10 points in the game.
Nice confident stroke. Elkhorn, most of their players that play and contribute are all seniors, exception of that being Dane Peterson.
So down 3 with the ball. Juergens with it, gets it off to Glenn.
Yeah, patience is okay here, but Beatrice needs to attack a little bit more, try to get inside that zone. If you draw a foul, you get to the free throw line.
45 seconds. Foul called on Gannon Gregert. That's his third foul.
You can see they try to screen the backside.
So Benji Haig will take the timeout with a 3-point lead, and Beatrice looking to get back in this here with 42.9 to go. One of the differences in this game has been the 3-point shooting of Gannon Gregert for Elkhorn. 3 threes, 3 of 4 from range.
Yeah, really, that was what Beatrice, Coach Ribble kind of alluded to it, that they were going to live with Elkhorn maybe taking some threes, and give Gregert credit. Those 3 threes that he has on the day could prove out to be the winning plays.
Only Antler in double digits is Gregert with 10. Devin Smith leads the way for Beatrice with 11, and at the line now for a couple of big ones is Bennett Crandall.
And make or miss here, Beatrice is going to set their full court man-to-man pressure. Elkhorn has not done a great job of handling that pressure.
Second one is out. They break it into the hands of Peterson. That's tipped away. Loose ball picked up by Beatrice. 25 to go. With the ball, down by 3. Here's Juergens. And a timeout by Clark Ribble.
This is always a hard spot. Coach Haig has, really lived in the 1-3-1 the last 3 quarters. Do you adjust knowing that Coach Ribble's drawing up something against your 1-3-1? Zone, the one shot you're probably going to give up if you're patient enough is probably a 3. So do you really want to give up maybe the game-tying shot where you maybe give up a 2 and then inbound it where they have to foul? So certainly each coach is talking about their strategy. The 1-3-1 zone has been so effective. Minus really Smith. Has got open a few times, but Juergens is a capable shooter. Caden Glenn has really been a winner. Hit some big threes yesterday in the semifinals. So either of those players are probably comfortable. And I still think drive the basketball, get fouled, extend the game is a really good play with 19 seconds to go. You know, sometimes you shoot a bad three and you don't give your team a chance to tie or win. Sometimes just put your head down, go get fouled, and extend the game is a winning play. So Elkhorn is leaving the zone, and you're going man.
Ten seconds to go. Still at the top is Juergens. 5 seconds. Juergens looking for his own shot. Shot is off at the buzzer. Good! Hayden Glenn knocks down the three, and we're headed to overtime.
Great shot. Great shot. You know, it just comes back into, you know, do you foul up three? You know, give Glenn credit. Just confident kid, has won a lot. You know, Beatrice really didn't have a lot going on in the possession. Did a good job on the high ball screen. Just, you know, just got enough space with enough time to get it released. And you know, that three is always difficult to give up, because I believe the team that makes the tying three carries all the momentum into overtime, where, you know, sometimes fouling and making teams make a few other plays, you know, takes that momentum away from them. But, you know, credit Beatrice, they hung in there. Both teams have really done a great job defensively. Elkhorn's used a 1-3-1. Beatrice has used their man-to-man. We get our second overtime in 3 games, Larry. What a terrific start to the state tournament Saturday.
Big three-pointer by Caden Glenn, and we've got overtime in Class B. This game has been tied 2 times. It was tied at 0-0, and it's tied now at 29.
Yeah, the one key thing, Christo does have 4 fouls, which, you know, could impact the overtime.
Here is Ewing with it.
No foul trouble for Beatrice. And usually the first team that can score in overtime, percentages go to their favor.
3 is off the front. Juergens comes away with the rebound.
Interesting strategy here.
Gonna run 3 minutes off.
Yeah, you know, you certainly, coaches can do whatever. I would want multiple possessions, knowing that Christo does have 4 fouls. You know, he's such an important piece to their offense and defense.
Well, now Elkhorn will force the issue and not allow Beatrice to hold it at the top. They'll jump out in that 1-3-1 and begin to pressure a bit more.
And that's what you get nervous on. You don't need the foul, and then sometimes that's just the poise that you need to have. And then Beatrice is going to have to make free throws.
And now Gregert with 4 fouls as well. So both Christo and Gregert have 4. Free throw is off.
It comes down to little things for Elkhorn, you know, blocking out, making sure you inbounds the basketball against pressure.
Second free throw by Glenn. Beatrice has its first lead since it was 16-15 in the second quarter.
Yeah, Elkhorn's going to get into some form of a high-low here. Christo and Peterson ultimately going to end up with 1 high and 1 low.
Three-pointer off the back. Rebound tipped around over the hands of Peterson and stripped. Caden Glenn will try to cross the timeline, and they do. 1:45. Beatrice with a 1-point lead.
Elkhorn's trapping out of this 1-3-1. Both teams are in the double bonus.
And Gregor picks up his 5th foul. And Gregor, who's been so big with those 3 3-pointers, has just fouled out. Two-point Beatrice lead.
Yeah, something simple. White's not filling that last free throw space. Here we go. Elkhorn just needs a good offensive possession here.
Stolen away. Crandall with the steal. Crandall lays it in. 5-point advantage for the Orange. 1:15 to go. Beatrice looking for its first title in 13 years. They won it back in 2008. And in that championship game in 2008, they beat Elkhorn. 39-36 was the score of that one. And Crandall gives Beatrice a 5-point lead and an 8-0 run.
The margin is so small once you get to this level. It's just incredible. 1 or 2 plays, difference of winning or losing.
One of the plays was made by that young man right there, Caden Glenn, who hit the buzzer-beating 3 to tie it at 29 and send it into this overtime where Beatrice has gone on a 5-0 run. Regathered, put it back up. It is off, saved back into the hands.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds.
Did step out, so it will be Beatrice's ball.
Elkhorn's going to set their full court pressure. Going to take Christo out here just because they're going to need to foul. Certainly don't want him having to commit his 5th foul.
Breaking that press was Glenn. And Elkhorn commits the foul. Caden Glenn at the line. He won a state championship in Class D2 with Johnson Brock. Hit that big 3-pointer playing football next year at Morningside College in Sioux City. Christo back into the game for the Antlers. Second one shakes out. Christo with a strong take and a block. That's called on Bennett Crandall. Okay, Christo at the line to shoot a couple.
Yeah, Elkhorn really losing Gregor has hurt them. It appears that Ewing is, the one 3-point threat they have out on the court. I think Christo sits that a little bit. He's able to drive and get fouled. Once again, 37 seconds. Just find a way to score and extend the game. A lot can happen. Beatrice is going to have to make free throws.
Looks like the rebound was had by Dane Peterson, and then Peterson is fouled.
Yeah, they're going to call a hold on Glenn on the loose ball.
So Glenn picks up his 4th personal foul. And at the line to shoot a couple is Dane Peterson.
Peterson's 1 of 2 from the foul line today. Have a chance to cut this to 2. 2 makes.
Randazzo is back in there for the Antlers, in for Cristo. And a foul called.
That's why blockouts are so important. Yeah, a lot of contact there. That's a little push in the back plus a grab. Gonna put Beatrice on the free throw line.
Needs one to make it a 2-possession game. 32.8 to go. 3-point game, second one good.
Yeah, nice job making one. Elkhorn still doesn't need a 3. You can go take a 2 here, get fouled.
Banked in 3-pointer. Caden Reynolds off the bench. Knocks down the 3, and we've got a 1-point game with 21 to go.
It's kind of a jump switch there. Pretty deep 3 for Caden Reynolds, and at this point, you'll take them however they can go in. Nice job cutting it to 1. 21 seconds, still a lot of time, multiple possessions left in this basketball game.
Taught to use the glass, right? I guess not always.
Hey, once again, no one's gonna, if they find a way to win, no one's going to remember that they banked in a 3, right? It's just making positive plays for your team. You know, certainly not a great spot for Reynolds coming off the bench. Foul trouble. A lot of players got to step up in big moments, and he did that. Elkhorn looks like they're going to stay in their zone. Full court pressure, more of a 1-3-1 zone trap look. You know, Beatrice is 11 of 22 from the free throw line, so certainly they have not done a great job of closing this game out.
They're going to give the timeout. They are to the Orange. Ball was loose. Multiple hands diving toward it. And Caden Glenn called the timeout.
Yeah, college football player. He went after that like a fumble. Yeah, Elkhorn did a good job of getting their hands on it, but he immediately, once he grabbed it, called timeout before they. Ewing right there is a timeout. You can see he was the only player in possession of it. Nice piece of officiating. It's not how it finishes. It's when the timeout was called.
So it will still be the Orangemen's ball. 1-point lead, 35-34 here in overtime. 18 seconds to go.
Each coach has saved the timeout. Both teams in a double bonus. You know, certainly if you're Elkhorn with 18 seconds, you would like to try to get a trap. You know, maybe try to generate a steal or a turnover before you foul. But certainly before there's, 12, 10 seconds, you probably need to foul if you haven't been able to generate a steal. Probably one more trap, and then you're going to have to foul.
Timeout. Beatrice Clark-Ribble will use his last timeout. Well, if you're away from your TV set or have family or friends who might want to tune in and watch the finish here of this Class B championship, you can watch online or on the NET app. And to download the app, just head to the App Store, type in NET Nebraska, or go to our website. 35-34, Beatrice with that 1-point lead. We were sent to overtime again on the three-pointer. Made by Caden Glenn at the buzzer to tie it at 29. Let's go back and revisit Caden Glenn's three at the buzzer. Time running out, fires it up. Buzzer sounds, ball drops, and we have overtime. So here we are, 8 to go and a quick foul.
Yeah, nice job by Beatrice, breaking the pressure. Had to use 2 timeouts, but ultimately got there. Got Juergens on the free throw line. Leading scorer, junior, 1 of 2 so far today.
Knocks it down, 2-point game.
Either way, Elkhorn's going to have a chance to win or tie. Have a chance to win with a 3, tie with a 2.
5 seconds to go. Budeke crosses the timeline, takes the quick timeout. And Benji Haig will discuss it with his team down by 2, 36-34.
No timeouts. This is where, it's so hard during the year to do a lot of time and score. Right? Do you have a special game-winning play from the inline sideline? Some coaches practice those, so we're going to find out what Coach Haig has drawn up.
And when you've been in these moments earlier this year, Andy, you haven't typically had this kind of crowd, so the communication is important here as well.
Well, that's why a timeout was so nice to have there versus trying to get your team into something. So, I'm sure either refresh what they're running or, drew up a new set in that timeout. But certainly a 2 from the side is much easier. If Beatrice knew they needed a 3, that's a much more difficult scenario. A 2 here, you have a lot of different options at your discretion.
4 seconds to go, down by 2. Elkhorn with the ball. Here is Ewing, three-pointer on the way. Ewing short, and that'll do it. An improbable finish for the Orangemen of Beatrice. They get the three-pointer to send it to overtime and win it in the extra period. State champs, the Orangemen, on top again. We'll be back with medals and trophy presentations here in Lincoln.
Constellation is a natural gas supplier helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given more than $290,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
All right, it's time to talk about us. Not him, not her, not them. Us. Thanks to us, things have been great. In fact, you can find us just about everywhere. Your food, that's us. Your food's food. That's us too. Your fuel? That's us. And should anyone out there happen to doubt us, by all means, just watch us.
Coverage of the 2021 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, the Nebraska Public Power District, and Nebraska Kubota Dealers. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. 36-34 the final. Beatrice, they are the state champs. Nets coming down. Time now for medals and trophies. And for that, we go to the mic and Heath Kramer.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Jay Beller, NSAA Board of Directors Thomas Lee from Omaha Northwest, Dana Weissman from Sutton, and Kathy Wieskamp from Lincoln Public Schools. Here are the awards for runner-up Elkhorn High School. Head coach Benji Haig and his assistants will present the silver medals. Gentlemen, as your name is called, please come forward. Number 2, Dylan Bertucci. Number 11, Axel Prince. Number 24, Ethan Youngton. Number 33, Ben Kubicek. Number 41, Dane Peterson. And the seniors, number 1, Ben McElhose. Number 3, Dawson Klein. Number 10, Caden Reynolds. Number 30, Kyler Rantazzo. Number 50, Trevor Bills. Number 5, Jack Budicke. Number 14, Gannon Gregert. Number 20, Colton Ewing. Number 35, Drew Christo. For these outstanding athletes in their school, here is the 2021 NSAA Class B State Basketball Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Elkhorn High School. And now, to the champions, Beatrice High School. Head coach Clark Ribble, we have a special award for you. Coach Ribble and his assistants will present the gold medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 2, Simon Cool. Number 4, Dawson Loomis. Number 12, Drew Gleason. Number 22, Shelton Crawford. Number 23, Luke Feist. Number 33, Crew Meintz. Number 34, Dominic Salazar. Number 5, Elliot Juergens. Number 24, Tucker Timmerman. And to the seniors, number 11, Jason Pethod. Number 21, Bryant Juergens. Number 3, Bennett Crandall. Number 10, Devin Smith. Number 20, Caden Glenn. Presenting the championship game ball from Farmers Mutual Insurance, Vice President of Communications and Marketing, Jess Rustad. And for these outstanding athletes and their school, here's the 2021 NSAA Class B State Basketball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Beatrice High School.
One of the more storied programs in Nebraska basketball history, back on top. The Orangemen of Beatrice take home the Class B title. Andy Kindy is backstage with Coach Haig.
Well, Coach, let's get right to it. The end of regulation, was there a consideration of fouling, being up 3? I know it's a big debate. In hindsight, is 2020, but is that a consideration that crossed your mind?
Well, not really for us. I mean, we consider every option, but we play 1-3-1 the whole game. So we went man, and we were going to switch everything and force them to make a contested 25-footer. And to Caden Glenn's credit, he made it, and it was at the buzzer. And so, you can question things all you want, but sometimes you got to give credit to the kid that made the play, and good for him because he made the play.
And in overtime, what do you think the key was there?
Well, we really pride ourselves on, we've had close games all year, so we felt like the longer we play, the better team wins. And at the time, we felt that was us, right? And so, once they got the lead, they're a hard team to come back on because they're really, really patient, and for the most part, they're good free throw shooters. But they were really good defensively all night. They really took care of our lane for most part, and just made it really hard on us. And they made more plays than what we did, and it's disappointing for us for sure. But I love my team so much. I mean, this doesn't diminish one thing. Just because I put a silver medal around their neck instead of a gold medal, the growth that we made on the climb this year is tremendous. And when this feeling fades away after some time, they'll think about the journey that we took and the growth that happened, and it was an awesome journey.
Before you move forward, I want you to look back and kind of summarize this group of seniors, because you lose a terrific group.
Yeah, they were really great. Couldn't ask for anything more. We had guys that started at the beginning of the year and then we couldn't even get them into the game at the end of the year because just our depth, and they never complained. They always stayed on the train. They did everything we've asked. It's just a really, really solid group, not only basketball-wise, but people-wise. And they're just really good kids, and they're great teammates. And, I just really love them, and my heart breaks for them right now. But soon this will pass, like I said, and they'll remember all the great times that this season brought. And I hope they never forget all those good times and the growth that happened.
Coach, terrific season. Congratulations on getting to this point. The Elkhorn Antlers finished the season at 19-8 and Class B runner-up. They fall just short in overtime to Beatrice. We'll hear from the Orangemen straight ahead.
This is Emma. She cares about her kids and our environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with unleaded 88. Emma knows unleaded 88 reduces emissions from her vehicle. Nate knows unleaded 88 is approved for his engine and provides high-octane performance. They may think about fuel in different ways, but the fuel of choice for both Emma and Nate is unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
After concussion, returning to the classroom is a priority of the NSAA. All brains return to learn, not all brains return to play.
After recognizing that an athlete has suffered a concussion, it is important to monitor the symptoms in the classroom before allowing the athlete to return to extracurricular activities.
The NSAA requires coaches in all sports to take a concussion course once every 3 years.
More information is available on our website, nsaahome.org. Student athletes are students first, athletes second.
Have you heard about FAFSA?
It's like a form you fill out.
Fill it out and you get money for college.
Easiest way to get money for college, hands down.
FAFSA. It's a life hack.
It's your way in.
So you want to help me pay for college? I'm down.
Heck yeah.
Definitely. How is this not trending on all the things?
It took me like 30 minutes to fill out.
So easy.
How much am I gonna get? This is a hidden gem.
Fill out your FAFSA.
FAFSA.
Drink water, buckle up, fill out your FAFSA.
Coverage of the 2021 NSAA Boys High School Basketball Championships on NET is made possible in part by Aurora Cooperative, Nebraska Corn Board, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Well, the final, once again, 36-34 in overtime. The Orangemen are state champions. Let's take a look at the final numbers. And, you know, Andy, very similar.
Yeah, really a pretty even game. If you look at the free throws for Beatrice, really that was kind of late when Elkhorn had to foul. But I thought, you know, really the difference was Elkhorn, you know, 19 threes might be a touch high with what they wanted to maybe take coming into the game, even though they made 2 more than Beatrice. But, you know, Beatrice took them out of their high-low at times, but well played. You know, came down to one shot to send it to overtime and one missed 3 to win it in overtime. And, you know, the stat sheet kind of reflects how close this game was.
When we come back, Andy Kendi will be backstage with the champs. We'll hear from them right after this. Stay with us.
It may be small, but this little bean fuels power. It powers a food industry as a source of protein. It's a fuel that powers diesel engines while reducing emissions. It powers a state economy and bottom lines. And it powers the rest of the world as a Nebraska export. Yeah, it may be small, but we're finding more ways for this little bean to power Nebraska.
Participating in multiple Nebraska high school activities has taught me the value of teamwork.
I learned how to be a strong leader among my peers.
We set goals as a team and work hard to accomplish them.
I strive to excel not only in the classroom, but on the playing field.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities for our member high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
My name is Dan O'Neill. I am an NET Foundation board member from North Platte, Nebraska. From the western edge of the state to Lincoln or Omaha is a long ways. So state wrestling, state basketball, volleyball, all those events, that truly I think brings the state together because there are just a lot of people that wouldn't be able to attend those events. Join me in supporting NET, Nebraska's PBS and NPR stations.
The first title for Beatrice in 13 years, 8th in school history, the Orangemen, the class of Class B, I should say. Here joining me now is Clark Ribble. He's the head coach of the Orangemen. Coach, let's talk about the end of regulation. Was that what you were looking for? And just like the coach drew up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Get the ball to one of our three-point shooters and let them shoot it. Actually, I thought they were going to go zone. They had shown all zone so far the whole game up until that point. and their zone is pretty long and effective. So we drew up something against the zone, and then we just had a kid make a play. Elliott drove it in. Caden was open. They double-teamed Elliott. Caden was open and had the confidence to shoot it and make it. So sometimes you may drop a great play, and sometimes you just have great players, and we had a great player make a great shot.
In overtime, you still have to finish business, right? It's still 0-0 when you go to overtime. How proud are you of the way your guys responded in OT?
Yeah, we just fought. We fought like crazy. I think we got a few stops, and then we scored a couple baskets, got it to 5. Bennett got a steal and a layup to make it a 5-point game, and I'm like, well, now all we have to do is finish, and we found a way. It was not, I'm looking at the stats, it was not pretty, okay? And none of our games down here this week have been pretty. We haven't been able to do what we want on offense, but what allowed us to win the game, all of them here, is our defense. We didn't give up over 40 points in any of our games. And we played some really, really good offensive teams. So our players believe in that, and when they believe in it, they go execute it, and that's what happened this week at the state tournament.
And I can't let you go before asking you about your group of seniors, a core group that now state champions.
3 years ago, I got the job, and things were not in a good place. We had a lot of work to do. In year number 1, when most of these kids were with us as sophomores, we won 6 games. We were 6-14. And for our kids to believe in what we're doing and keep fighting 2.5 years later to win a state championship shows a lot about their character and their resolve.
And you guys are leaving state champions. Congratulations, Coach, on a state championship. Let's talk to some of the players now. We'll start with Bennett Crandall, senior. Bennett, what kind of game was this for you? Did you ever count you guys out, especially when you guys are trailing in that fourth quarter?
I know I didn't count us out. Nobody in our locker room counted us out. There was a lot of people who didn't believe that we would make it here, but everyone in the locker room, everyone on our team believed we would make it here, and we're here. And we did it. It's a dream come true.
How special is it to do it with the guys, as Coach said, a group of guys that you've been playing with for a lot of years?
Yeah, I've played with all these guys forever. And growing up, we always played in my driveway, joking around, beating up on each other, and looks like it paid off a little bit.
Hey, I want to ask you about the shot that Caden hit. What did you think of that shot?
Oh, I knew it was going in. I got all the confidence in my teammates. I was trying to get him the ball.
That's never done. Hey, congratulations. Why don't you hand off that trophy to Devin Smith? Senior, he had 3 threes in the game, 11 points overall. Hey, Devin, great game today. I want to ask you about overtime specifically. You guys hit this big emotional shot and you have to regroup. How tough was it to bounce back knowing you still had more games to play?
Honestly, it wasn't that hard. Every day at practice, we do last-second situations. Every time a shot goes up, if it goes in, everyone on the sideline, every player is yelling, stay in the moment. So it was just the same thing, and we were comfortable.
Yeah, Bennett was talking about guys maybe outside Beatrice in terms of your inner circle didn't give you guys much of a chance. Did you feel the same way, and how rewarding is it knowing that you did what was kind of unthinkable?
I do feel the same way. It's crazy. I'm still a little bit in shock. It's great to prove everyone wrong. No one had us winning, and that's what matters.
And what does this mean for the Beatrice as a school? It's it's such a proud basketball tradition, and now you add another trophy with your year on it.
It's great. Our sports have been struggling a little bit. Our girls did great last year. Sadly got runner-up, but they made it, and now it was our turn. And it's just great for the community, and it was great seeing everyone's support.
Awesome job, awesome game, awesome season. Congratulations. Let's hand off the trophy to Caden Glenn. Caden, the senior, and he hit the big shot. Caden, I want you to take me through that sequence towards the end of regulation. They'd been playing zone all up to that point, and then they threw man-to-man defense on you, but you were able to come through in the clutch. How did you do it?
So I heard number 14 on their team say switch everything. So I looked to the sideline and I was like, they're in man, they're in man. And someone's like, no, they're in zone. And I said, no, they're in man. And then they came out and then they were in man, and we didn't really have a good set drawn up for it, and we're out of timeouts. And then I knew it was getting low, and Elliott threw it to me. So first thing in my mind was just get the shot off, and then it looked good off my hand, and then it just went in.
How often did you, maybe in your head as a kid, replay that scenario where you're counting down the time? You do that, right?
Yeah, and then when you miss, you got to add the imaginary 5 seconds.
Right. Oh, yeah, they added time off the clock. Yeah. On the clock. Yeah, absolutely. I did that too as a child. Hey, so in overtime, you guys win this game. Now you're champs. And I know your journey has been a unique one, moving schools. What is this like for you?
Coach talked to me a lot just about how I need to be the leader on this team and about how I've been there and a lot of my buddies haven't. So that was just big for me throughout this tournament, especially just making sure to help them stay calm, help everyone adjust, and it feels really good to win another state championship in another class at another school.
Caden, congratulations. Great job. Great job, Beatrice. The Beatrice Orangemen are state champions for the 8th time in school history. Class B, knocking off Elkhorn by 2.
You're watching NET, Nebraska's PBS station.